From the time it passed over Denver, Flight 188 had air traffic controllers in the dark. For an hour and 18 minutes, there was not one radio call from the plane, not one response to calls from the ground. One of the pilots said they were not asleep, as some have speculated.
Nobody was asleep in the cockpit, and no arguments took place.
But that leaves plenty of troubling questions. First, even with this plane traveling out of contact more than 500 miles an hour for more than an hour, military officials have now confirmed to CNN that they were not contacted by the FAA until the plane had passed over the city of Minneapolis. At that time, the military scrambled to launch at least 4 fully armed F-16 fighters. But that was so late, they never even got off the ground before the airliner was finally recontacted. Passengers like Ann Kroller, who was in row 20, say throughout the process, the cockpit and cabin crew gave them no hint of any trouble. Another curious revelation.
If any of us had known that was going on, I'm sure the entire flight would have been in a complete state of panic. But I think it's better that we didn't know. But I'm glad that they were at least trying to look out for us, because I don't think the pilots were.
Indeed, she says, for 45 minutes as they shot past their arrival time, passengers were told nothing at all. And when the captain finally spoke up again, he said they were just waiting to land.
We were just, completely under the impression that it was just air traffic, and that Minneapolis Airport was not giving us clearance to land, and that basically we were just going to fly around until they allowed us to do so. And that's what we all believed.
Air traffic controllers weren't sure what they believed. Authorities say when they at last recontacted the pilots' answers were so vague they were ordered to take the plane through a series of unnecessary maneuvers to prove it was under their control, not hijacked. Investigators have seized the cockpit voice recorder, even though they believe it holds conversation from only the last 30 minutes of flight. And they are questioning the pilots. Police say both voluntarily took and passed breathalyzer tests, but for all of that, the central question remains: what happened on Flight 188?